Hi friends, welcome to my kitchen. My name is Lei. Today we're making Chinese homemade dumplings. Crispy, juicy, bursting with flavors. Homemade dumplings are easier than you think. Whether you like boiled, steamed, or pan-fried, I'll walk you through every step to make perfect dumplings from scratch. Let's get wrapping. Making the dough. In a large bowl, add the flour. Gradually pour in the warm water while stirring with chopsticks or a fork until the dough starts to form. Knead for a few minutes until semi-smooth and elastic. Cover with a plastic wrap and let it rest for 30 to 60 minutes. Let's get on preparing the fillings. Rough chopped green onions and fresh ginger. Then add them to a small blender with 2 tablespoons of water. In a large bowl, add ground pork and the ground aromatics, that is green onions and ginger. Stir and mix the ground pork in one direction while adding water as needed. This step is to make the filling softer and change the texture. Crack 2 eggs, this is optional, and add them to the mix. Then add Shaoxing wine, which is a Chinese cooking wine, a couple squirts of sesame oil, regular soy sauce, oyster sauce, white pepper and salt. Stir and mix everything well. I like to use my hand, but you can use a fork or whatever utensil. Take a small bite-sized portion out of the filling and stick it to a microwave. Cook for 30 to 45 seconds and taste the fillings. Adjust the taste as needed. Add some salt, add some soy sauce, whatever is needed to make a difference. Then chop the Napa cabbage or just a regular cabbage. I cut the cabbage into about 3 inches long pieces and slice them lengthwise first. Then dice across into small pieces. Add the chopped cabbage into the pork filling and stir until well combined. Cover it with a plastic wrap. Back to the dough. Knead the dough to make sure it's smooth on the surface and cover it with the same plastic wrap again. While waiting for the dough to rest, let's make the dipping sauce. In a small bowl, add regular soy sauce, equal part of Chinese dark vinegar, kind of like a balsamic vinegar except for the sweetness, oyster sauce, and sesame oil. If you like it spicy, you can add some chili oil, fresh minced garlic, or fresh jalapeno. Okay, now the fun part, making the wrappers. There's nothing quite like homemade dumpling wrappers, soft, chewy, and perfect for folding into your favorite dumplings. Take a piece from the dough and roll it into a long, even log. The way I do it is to knead the dough into a ball and pinch from underneath to make it a little donut hole. Then I cut the donut open to start rolling until it becomes a long and even log. Using a knife, cut it into equal-sized pieces about 1 inch thick. Don't ask me why, but I learned from my mom and grandma to cut one piece and roll it into a 90-degree before the next cut. This will be our individual wrappers. Lightly dust each piece with flour to prevent sticking. Then flatten each piece with your palm. Now let's shape them. Using a small rolling pin, roll from the center outward, rotating the dough as you go to maintain a circular shape. Aim for a thin, round wrapper, about 3 inches in diameter. The edges should be slightly thinner than the center to make pleating easier later. As you can tell from my rolling, I wasn't that skilled to make it thin on the outside, thick on the inside, but it's gonna work. Today, I'll show you an easy technique to fold dumplings like a pro. First, set up your workspace. You need your dumpling wrappers, filling, a spoon, or a pair of chopsticks, and a baking sheet dusted with flour. Time to fold the dumplings. Hold the wrapper in your palm, add filling, fold the wrapper in half, cinch the wrapper in the middle, pleat fold the left from the center 3 times, then right for another 3 pleats. Make sure the wrapper is completely sealed. If you overfill, just take some out. Once wrapped, you can cook them right away, boil, steam, or pan fry. Pan-fried dumplings, also known as potstickers, have a crispy bottom and juicy filling. Follow these steps to make them golden brown and delicious. Heat a large non-stick pan over medium-high heat. Add 2 tablespoons of oil. Swirl the oil around to coat the entire pan evenly. Place dumplings flat side down in a single layer. Let them cook undisturbed for about 2 to 3 minutes or until the bottom turn golden brown. Once the bottoms are golden, carefully pour in about a 1/4 cup of water, or enough to cover the bottom of the pan by about a 1/4 inch. Immediately cover with a lid to trap the steam. Let the dumplings steam for 5 to 7 minutes or until the water evaporates. Once the water has evaporated, remove the lid and let the dumplings fry for another 1 to 2 minutes. Swirl the pan or gently shake it to prevent sticking. When the bottoms are crispy and golden brown, they are ready. Arrange them crispy side up on a plate and serve with the dipping sauce we made earlier. Okay, I'm gonna show you how to boil dumplings perfectly. Fill a large pot with water, at least about 2/3 full. Bring the water to a rolling boil over high heat. Pro tip, don't overcrowd the pot. Cook in batches if necessary. Gently add dumplings one at a time. Stir immediately to prevent them from sticking to the bottom. Stir by pushing the water away from the edge of the pot so not to poke into the dumpling by accident. We are doing the boil and wait method, which means adding cold water prevents overcooking the wrappers while ensuring the filling is fully cooked. So once the dumplings start floating, add 1/2 cup of water to the pot. Let the water come to a boil again. Repeat the process 2 more times, adding cold water each time. When dumplings floating to the top and the water has boiled 3 times, they should be ready. If you're not sure, take one out, cut it open to check on the filling. The wrapper should be translucent and the filling cooked through. Now the exciting time. Serve. Scoop out the dumplings with a slotted spoon or a mesh strainer to make sure most of the water gets drained. Place the dumplings on a plate and serve with the dipping sauce we made earlier. If you happen to make more dumplings than you can eat, you can freeze and store dumplings in the freezer. Dust a cooking sheet with dry flour to prevent sticking. Place the extra dumplings in a single layer onto the cooking sheet. Put the cooking sheet into the freezer for 2 to 3 hours, covered or not. I've tried both. Set a timer for yourself. After taking the cookie sheet out of the freezer, place a dozen frozen dumplings into a Ziploc bag and mark it with today's date and the word dumplings. When you're ready to cook, follow the same instructions for pan frying or boiling. Please check in the description below for ingredients, step-by-step cooking instructions, and links to products frequently used in my videos. If you enjoy this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more authentic dishes from around the world. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.